Namaste. I'm Adinarayanan. I'm the founder of Anaadi Foundation. Our ashram is located near Palani in Tamil Nadu. We are here in the Maha Kumbh, Maha Parva, in the Tirtha Kshetra Prayagraj. And there is a very auspicious gathering of crores of people following Sanatana Dharma, the principles of right living, and all coming to Sangam to be blessed with the Punya Snan, where Ma Yamuna, Ma Ganga and Ma Saraswathi merge. And there is a deep significance to this. If we look at our Itihasa Purana, not the modern day history, but the living history of this civilization, what we call culture or Samskriti, are the civilizational best practices that have come down through the ages, through the Rishi Parampara. Knowledge of this becomes very, very important to appreciate what is happening here, which is a great event, which is the Sangam of crores of people, all with great devotion, come here to get benefited not materially, but benefited spiritually. Great values awaken in them, the values of giving. So much Dan Dharma happens here. The values of helping each other. So many people work together to make it happen. And that awakens that greatness of spirit where we rise up to the occasion. That Seva Bhava, the Nishkamya Bhava. It is selfless action that motivates. And that's a great integrating spirit of Bharat, where people from the north, south, east and west are all flowing towards the Sangam. Crores in great joy, in great spirit of unity. So much diversity. That is the greatness of the Bharatiya Drishti, the great culture, Sanatan Samskriti of Bharat, that has guided this for ages. This is the Rishi Parampara. The values of peace, Shanti, irrespective of the circumstances. People don't mind the inconveniences in terms of traffic jam. The administration does its best. There is no krodha, there is no anger. Everyone is happy, there is no depression. How is this possible? This is the message to the world by our Rishi Parampara, by the Sanatan Samskriti. This is Bharat rising. This is a great inspiration to study. This has to be taught how so many people can be accommodated. There is no conflict. The police people are extremely helpful. They are encouraging, never discouraging. Every 50 crore people have food to have. This the world needs to learn. How to share, how to care for each other, for diversity of humanities. There are so many sampradayas represented here, and yet there is no fighting. There is no difference of opinion. Everyone is together in Dharma. And this is the message of unity that the youth, the children of this nation learn. The whole world learns. And this is what protects the future of humanity. Love unites. The message is Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. All of us are one family. One family. And everyone learns to live irrespective of the circumstances, in harmony, peace, a feeling of love, care, compassion. All these are what are the wealth that people come here to seek. And gaining this wealth, they attain to fulfillment. And all by merging in the Sangam, which represents a merger of everything. From the inner reality in the Puranas, it's mentioned how it's a merger of the Ida, Pingala and Sushumna. Merger of Ma Ganga, Ma Yamuna, Ma Saraswathi. Merger of humanity with the Devatas. Everyone getting guidance. Guidance in right living. How to live healthy. How to live the right way of love, care, compassion. How to have respect for each other. It is not the outer wealth that people come here for. Everyone gets motivated by the inner wealth of spiritual values. That is of value. And this is the greatness of this place. Irrespective of who comes, and practically managing it so that the Shraddhalus, the Bhaktas, everybody has a chance. That is kept at the forefront to enable, to empower, not to disable. And hence with that eye, hygiene and sanitation, there are lakhs of toilets and there is a pumping of that using modern technologies, converting that waste to wealth, to energy. Such technologies have been employed. There are AI cameras helping in traffic management. Like that technology, modern technology also are used. More than 60 universities have been invited to study it, to present case studies as to how the whole world can benefit from this kind of organizing leadership. So this has to be taught in schools, colleges, MBA programs, the art of leading, enabling the population to benefit. And benefit not just externally, but benefit from peace, benefit from love, benefit from fairness, justice, equality. All these great principles are Sanatana Sanskriti, which is a great harmonizer. And hence we see North and South are united here. Likewise, people go to Shabarimala. Crores of people go to Sabarimala. Here similarly we can see Kalpavasis. Daily morning when we go for Ganga Snan at 3 a.m. North Indian winter. And yet no problem at all because of the Indian health frameworks, which protects us through the right knowledge and understanding, where there is no fear of sickness. So when we go at 3 a.m., we find Kalpavasis by the banks who are, whatever they receive in terms of rice, by 6 a.m. they will wrap up and then that is what they cook for their daily meal. Such great vratas for the Magh Masa they perform. Listening to Bhagavata Katha, Ram Katha, Ramcharitmanas. Like that all religious discourses, cleansing their mind, cleansing their body, high prana shakti, enabling them to live a life of dharma, selfless. And this is the Vrata Samskara, which is the greatness of the Sanatan Samskriti. That way everyone is inspired and it is not dependent on the circumstances of life. It is not dependent on whether one is rich or poor. Many take up such vratas. It does not matter whether they are rich or poor in regular society. It does not matter. It's a great unifier, great harmonizer, where everyone takes up such vratas to be able to realize who they are. That they are that Satchit Ananda Swarupa. And that is what the Parabrahma Swarupa, the Akshara Purusha, which is everywhere, which then they realize is everywhere, which is the spiritual core, which is the true idea of education. That knowledge which gives liberation. That is the great message that the youth of this nation can get empowered with to guide the future of humanity. Bharat being Vishwaguru, giving the right principles of society, right principles of living in nature, not harming nature but being part of nature, and a progressive idea that is presented to the world where everyone can be peaceful, everyone will have access to food, everyone will have access to healthcare, everyone will be guided by the right knowledge system, which is the Bharatiya Drishti. What is the role of expectations when we come to such a gathering? You would see when we go to Shabarimala Yatra, the preparation that we undertake for one mandala will be waking up in Brahma Muhurta, taking a cold water bath, walking barefoot, wearing simple cotton wear, not polymer, not synthetic, not simple cotton wear, chanting the names of Bhagavan, Swami Sharanam, addressing everyone as Swami, that bhava of equality, where you see only the Atma Tattva, the great principles of the Upanishads. Trying to live an austere life, going on Pada Yatra, simplifying one's own expectations in terms of the needs, the need for hot water, the need for satisfaction of the tongue, giving up non-vegetarian, giving up negative habits like smoking, drinking, for the purpose of attaining to that purity required to have darshan of Swami Ayyappan. And that is the appropriate expectation that will benefit. It is all for benefit. Because as we are attached to such expectations of urban living, especially modern youth, when they are not introduced appropriately, they think compulsive desires are freedom. Going to party, doing anything, eating anything, spoiling their health is freedom. No. Food has to be such that it gives bala, arogya, ayu, sattva. That is right food. And that is the idea behind such niyamas, which we cultivate when we take up a yatra. It's not a tour. It's not a packaged vacation. It is a yatra. Yatra means tra is to liberate. The journey which liberates us from our own conditionings, our own attachments, raga, dvesha. I like only this. I need this. I need that. That demand, constant demand, which imposes an implicit cost on our environment. It is not about hotels. It is about what is the outcome of the yatra. The outcome of the yatra is freedom from our own conditionings, our own expectations, which cause conflict, which cause friction in relationships, where we feel others are not satisfying our expectations, which is the cause of conflict. And hence, a yatra or a spiritual religious purpose is to bring in health, is to bring in happiness by containing our expectations, by which we realize it's not dependent on others. Our health and happiness is not dependent on external circumstances. When we go to have Sangam Snan, when we go to have darshan of Bhagavan, the whole idea of purification is in terms of niyamita achara, achara niyamas, where the vichara can fly. Simple living, high thinking. Only then we can have the darshan. Through the external darshan, we have the inner darshan. The Atma is reflected everywhere. We see God in everybody. That purifies the chitta. And hence that leads to happiness, health, a good life. And that is the basis of a good life. So that's why when one comes to the Prayagraj Kshetra, one needs to educate one's expectations. It is just like in a traffic. If one has an expectation of driving at 100 kilometers per hour, then one is constantly frustrated, depressed, cursing everybody, but not educating one's own expectation. As part of driving, when there is an opportunity, one accelerates. Otherwise, one accommodates others. Everybody is driving. One learns to live and let live. In harmony, one drives. That kind of an expectation leads to harmony, peace within, happiness, satisfaction within. And that is of value. Otherwise, frustration, depression, anger, all of these lead to frustration within. We suffer. And hence, educating our expectations along the right lines is very, very important to enjoy Prayagraj, where one does not see the traffic jams. What is of value? Should one hold on to the traffic jams? Should one hold on to the inconveniences, which are anyhow we perceive everywhere? We perceive in our family, we perceive in our society, we perceive in ourselves. Constantly, this is called, in Tamil, it's called Kora Parva. Koraye பார்த்துட்டு இருந்தா எப்படி வாழ முடியும்? நிறைஞ்ச மனசு வேணும், நிற பார்வை வேணும். A fulfilling attitude is important. Not an attitude that constantly finds faults. That is not suitable for a yatra. And that is very, very critical to shape one's attitude, expectations appropriately. And that is the whole idea of enjoying life. But then one does not impose on anybody. One is happy. That is called prasada buddhi, where any circumstances one can be happy. One's happiness or health does not depend on external circumstances. Only if hot water is there, I will be happy. Only if this kind of food is there, I will be happy. Only if people behave like this, I will be happy. And these are the expectations that have damaged our lives, where constantly we are seeking peace of mind, but unable to find peace anywhere. While such a yatra guarantees peace of mind, happiness, because we educate our expectations. It's not out there. It's not in the traffic jams. Never mind. It's not in the simple niyamita ahara. One has not come here to eat and sleep. One has come here to benefit from this experience of interacting with crores of people, with the sadhu samaja, taking a snan in Sangam. And that is of real benefit. And that is liberating. That leads to peace and happiness. And that is the message of a yatra to Prayagraj, to a Tirtha Sthala. Bearing this in mind, enjoy. Enjoyment not by eating anything and falling sick. Enjoyment not by shouting at the others and criticizing the government or the police or such a crowd. That does not lead to enjoyment. Enjoyment is where you consider, no matter what the circumstances, you consider this as God's gift. Prasada. Then you will see this value will stick to you. Where you go back to your home, you will consider the people who are near and dear to you, your own family, friends, as God's gift. You will not criticize them. It's a great gift. Your life, you will not criticize. It's a great gift of God. You will have attained to the true value of the Tirtha Yatra. So, I welcome you all. There is still the Parva left, from Makara Shankranti to Maha Shivratri. So please come and participate, getting the benefit of just being here, soaking in these energies. There is a beautiful astronomical configuration. It's the Jupiter's entry into Vrishabha Rashi, which is celebrated as Maha Kumbh in this kshetra. So where the Devatas and Manushyas, the Rishis, everyone is present to bless humanity, where everyone can live in peace, everyone can live in fulfillment. Lokah samastah sukhino bhavantu. Om Tat Sat.